This movie is definitely gonna stir up some very steamy and awkward conversations, and you know what? I'm all for it. I embrace the chaos. So, Eddington is an all-new modern Western drama film from Ari Aster and A24. The film stars Joaquin Phoenix, Pedro Pascal, Emma Stone, and Austin Butler. During the COVID-19 pandemic, a standoff between a small-town sheriff and mayor sparks a powder keg as neighbor is pitted against neighbor in Eddington, New Mexico. With that description alone, surely the conversation surrounding this movie will be civilized. Eddington is a movie that I never knew I needed until now. There are a plethora of things to unpack in this movie. Like a lot. Despite this movie being a lot, this is one of Ari Aster's more digestible films. He put a lot of love, care, and craftsmanship into this project. Starting off, the production in this film is amazing. I love that the film has this modern Western look to it. Everything from the scenery of the mountain landscapes, to the local ma and pa shops, to even how the citizens operate. Ari Aster masterfully captures the eye of this small rural town in New Mexico that is struggling to handle a global pandemic. Great set pieces, and the film was visually beautiful. The entire cast is incredible, as you would expect. Pedro Pascal being the GOAT, of course, Emma Stone, Austin Butler, they were all fantastic. But the biggest standout, in my opinion, is Joaquin Phoenix. Ari Aster and Joaquin Phoenix is a duo that I want more of. Joaquin Phoenix is already an incredible actor. We all know this. But Ari is just able to direct this man to bring out this high, intense, anxiety-fueled performance. When you look at Beau is Afraid, that brought out a lot in Joaquin. And in here, it just further proves why Joaquin Phoenix is one of the greatest. Whenever his character is stressed out, I'm stressed out. When his character is panicking, I'm panicking. But even before his character Joe Cross begins to crash out, from his presence alone, you know you're in for some chaos, and Joaquin was the perfect actor for the role. For a movie that is 2.5 hours, the runtime is used perfectly. I did not feel that runtime in the slightest. I will say this, the first 10 to 15 minutes may come across as a little bit slow for some people, but after that, it's just non-stop chaos. From intense dialogue to full-blown shootouts and explosions, this film does not hold back when it comes to the intensity, and that's one of the best parts I want to talk about in this movie. This film is so intense from start to finish. The opening scene tells you what you are in for, and from that point forward, it does not hold your hand. Ari Aster is a master when it comes to foreshadowing and tension. When his name is a part of a project, you know shit is about to go down. And one thing I love about the guy is that he knows how to deliver a great third act. The third act is brutal, violent, and very unforgiving. The third act of this film is just so evil on so many levels that I can't help but to just admire that he took it there. And I love the approach this film takes when it comes to tackling anger, past trauma, and the dangers of ego. Yes, as people, we all have egos to some extent, but at some point, we gotta learn how to put that to the side. And this movie further proves why. Now, when it came to telling a story during the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, I was hoping that this film did not hold back, and I am proud to announce that it did not hold back in the slightest. I respect the hell out of Ari Aster for taking it all the way. This film addresses the absurdity from both sides of the political spectrum during the height of the pandemic and after the George Floyd murder. Looking back at 2020, that year brought out the worst of humanity. I have seen people say and do the most idiotic shit imaginable. Everything from ignorant and blasphemous conspiracy theories, to protests and unfortunate riots outsparking after the murder of George Floyd, to conservatives and Republicans drooling over George Floyd and literally losing their mind, to even Democrats treating George Floyd's death as a martyr, as if he wanted to die for a bigger cause, which was not the case at all. George Floyd did not die for a better cause. George Floyd should still be with us to this day. This movie tackles the rise of the BLM movement, to the creation of the Blue Lives Matter movement, which was a way to combat BLM, to the Proud Boys disguising themselves as protesters, to even the most leftist of liberals decomposing their whiteness. 2020 was a fever dream, and even 5 years later, I'm still processing the events that occurred. This movie is a time capsule of 2020. If there is one thing I wish this movie had done, because it was big in 2020, was addressing and clowning the rise of the go woke, go broke crowd. But in the end, guys, Eddington was a great watch. It really makes you take a step back and reflect on the insanity of 2020. I could talk more about 2020 and how it brought out a lot of people's true colors and how I look at a lot of people very differently, but we'll be here all day, so I'll give it a rest. This movie is not going to be for everyone, people will get triggered. But I would argue that is primarily the point. However, I will stand on the fact that this film perfectly captures 2020 in a nutshell. Not only is it one of Ari Aster's best projects yet, but it is hands down one of the best films of the year. Ari Aster doesn't miss. So, plugging Eddington. Into the rank system, I am placing this one into the pinnacle zone. But yeah, y'all, that is pretty much my review for 2020. That is my review for Eddington. Let me know down in the comments section below what you guys thought about the film. Did you love it? Did you hate it? How many people did you cut off during the height of the pandemic because people were acting weird? Whatever you thought, let me know down in the comments section below. And as always, guys, leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you all in the next one.